life. Today we're going to continue our, if you remember we did an episode where we picked the green tomatoes from the garden, so we're finishing off the ears. So now we're going to preserve them and we're going to make them into a jam. So we're going to be cutting away tomatoes. Basically you need them to be centimetre square. Luca here is helping me, so
hello, my name is Luca.
Hello Luca. We're cutting them into little, say, centimetre cubes. They don't have to be perfect because we're going to macerate them, and I'll show you what maceration means. But basically, we cut out all the yucky bits. Okay, throw away all the yucky bits, or the bits that are bruised or have the tail ends of the tomatoes, and then we chop them up into little bits. And we'll do that for a little while. Hey, have you stopped? No, I'll grab you some.
Okay.
He's on holiday. He cuts one tomato at a time.
Funny.
Right, and then we basically put them into a container. This is what we've done earlier. Okay, so we put them in a container, and we add sugar to it. And trying to get it right for the American audience, it's 2.2 pounds per 0.6 of a pound, or half a pound, a bit more than half a pound per 2.2 pounds. In where I come from, we're in kilos, so that's 1 kilo per 260 grams of sugar. Okay. To that, what we do is we add. That's about 4 kilos in there, because I weighed it earlier. So we add a handful of cinnamon stick. Okay, it really depends on your preferences, whether you like it strong or I like the cinnamon taste. Okay, so we add that's about in the whole lot. I'll probably put about 200 grams of cinnamon sticks into it, and we'll. Well, sorry, Luca, you keep cutting away there.
Yeah.
Good boy, good job. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you like doing this, mate?
Yeah. Cool.
You're learning something?
Yeah. Exactly.
Dad's a bit grumpy sometimes, but it's alright. This is good. Just learning, slowly. Where's the sugar? So we calculate the sugar.
I'll get it for you.
No, I'll get it. No, you can get it. It's up to you.
I'll get it.
Where's the calculator? We don't even know how much to get yet, mate.
Okay.
So you cut, because we've got lots to do today. Cut.
Okay.
Oy. So we have 4 kilos. So I'll do it the Australian way, grams and kilos. It makes it easier. You can easily convert it. There's many little softwares on YouTube, on the internet, which will convert from kilos to pounds. Very easy. So we've got 4 kilos multiplied by 2.67. No, not 2.67. 200 grams multiplied by 267 equals about a kilo of sugar. So that's about a little bit more than a kilo, but kilo's enough. Everything in Italy seems to be hard to open.
Let me.
No, come on, muscles.
Boom. Looks like
this. Hey, that's a boom. That's an American boom. We say, got it, mate.
Well, we're doing this for the American audience.
We're doing it for everyone.
Everyone. So.
Alright, so now we'll basically pour it over the top of these already cut tomatoes. As you can see there, just pour it over it. Oh, it looks like a lot of sugar, but it'll help it. It's sweetish, it's not a savoury dish. We can use it for meats. You can put it on meat dishes, especially white meat, it's beautiful. Also on cheeses, strong cheeses with a bit of this jam that I make, the tomato jam that we make. It's just, oh, yum. Everyone that tastes it loves it. And so we basically sit it like that with the sugar on top. You can stir it in a bit, but I leave it on top. That way it macerates the tomatoes. What maceration is the drawing out of the liquid from the tomato, of which then we put it on the stove, we reduce the liquid, and it becomes our syrup for the jam. Okay, and we'll show you that later on. Okay. In the meantime, we'll be cutting tomatoes half the day, and we'll come back to the cooking stage. Oh, one thing I did forget, it needs to be 24 hours under sugar, okay? So, you want some more tomatoes, buddy? Here we are.
Yeah.
Cut away, my friend. Yeah, so within the 24 hours, you'll see that it'll be very liquidy and it'll drawn out all that liquid, okay? So, we'll see you in the next section. Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi guys, we're back 24 hours later to see our macerated tomatoes. We'll show you the liquid coming through. Luke is filming today. He'll say hello later. Here's the tomatoes, and you can see all the liquid that it's formed, which now we will strain and what are we going to call it? Strain it, and then we'll reduce it down so it becomes a lot syrupier, and that way we'll add it back to the tomatoes when it's done and cook it away for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and that way we don't mush up all the tomatoes, they stay firm. Okay, so we'll go now and we'll strain it and then we'll cook it off. See you soon. Alright, we're back again. Now we've strained and separated the liquid from the tomatoes. Okay, so come have a look, Lookie. This is the liquid that we've formed. Okay, so this one here, now we will reduce until it becomes syrupy, and then we will put the tomatoes back into it. Okay, and that'll become our jam. So we don't know how long this is going to take. I'll time it, probably about half an hour to bring this down to a syrup rather than this liquid that it is. It'll concentrate. So we'll come back as soon as the syrup has been formed. You can see here now it's been going for 45 minutes and it's more syrupy than what it was. Now the longer you leave it, the more crystallized or more syrup will be, thicker the syrup will be. Okay, so but I like it like that, and plus don't forget you've got to have enough liquid to cook the tomatoes in. Okay, so we need to now put the tomatoes in. You can see you don't want it toffee because or else you won't be cooking tomatoes. And tomatoes will probably cook for another 40 minutes, 30-35 minutes. So I'll pour these in. There will still be a bit of liquid in the tomatoes when you strained it because it continues to do that. Okay, so now I'll mix it in with the syrup. Come on, look. See there? Okay, so the syrup gets blended. Now on a low heat we cook until the tomatoes wilt and become tender. They're still hard, the tomatoes, okay, even though they're, okay, they're still, you amalgamate them together and cook them slowly and they'll become very nice. Okay, so we'll do that and we'll come back when they're perfect. Okay, we're here. We're finally finished. It's been cooking for 30 minutes. Here what it looks like. So you can see that the bits are still fairly solid. They're not mush. I'm eating it as we're talking. And the liquid is not liquidy. It's what do you call it? Syruped up a bit, but not too thick. So that's ready to put in jars. Now, what I do with my jars is I wash them. These mason jars, nice new lid, nice new jar. Okay, I wash them out with soap. Well, then I rinse them out with water. Then I actually put some vinegar in it, and it's usually an alcoholic vinegar that I use. And I close the lid and I shake them up. Then I pour the vinegar out into another jar, and I let the vinegar residue stay in there. Okay. Then what I do is I load the jars up while the stuff is hot. Okay. Saves me doing a bath. I've never done a jar bath afterwards. So I add a bit of tomato, add a bit of liquid, right? Then I cap it. I cap it, and I let it sit. Okay. Now you know if the jar's sucked or if the air's come out by making sure that later when it's cooled down that this top does not pop anymore. Okay, if you hear that it hasn't sealed properly, you have to reprocess, reheat it up or boil the jar. Okay, but I tie it really tight and I just leave it there until it cools down, and once it does that it's ready to be eaten. The longer you leave it in the jar, say about a month or so, the more of the tomato sucks up the juice and the taste of the cinnamon. Okay, give it a go. Let me know how you go. Subscribe to our channel and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.